172 pounds in Class A. Ben Perkins, undefeated senior from Omaha Creighton Prep, meets Craig Rumsey of Norfolk. In Class B, Joe Frass of Lincoln Pius X meets Jake Holscher of Ogallala. In Class C, Matt Arps from David City, Aquinas, taking on Grant Pfeifer of Grand Island Central Catholic. And in Class D, Brad Bering of Howells, undefeated junior, facing Gary Ritner of Wilcox, who is also unbeaten. So some great matchups here. 1 and 2 in Class D, 1 and 2 in Class B, 1 and 2 in Class A, and 2 and 5 in Class C as far as ranked wrestlers go.
I think the feature match, we got a feature wrestler in Class A in Ben Perkins, probably one of the best wrestlers the state of Nebraska has put out in quite some time. Signed with Iowa State in the preseason. He'll be going on to wrestle his college matches there, going for his 3rd state title. But down in Class D, we got Brad Bering of Howells, 38-0, a junior, returning state champion, wrestling against Gary Ritner, a senior, 27-0 from Wilcox, who was also a state champ. They just happened to be in different weight classes last year. So you got 2 undefeated wrestlers and returning state champs matched up in Class D.
I was told that Brad Bering has an opportunity, if he could go undefeated here and undefeated next year, his goal is to have the most victories for a career in Nebraska. And he would have to, of course, win this match and go undefeated next year, and he could pile up the most victories. But that's been his goal for a long time now. But right now, he's got to worry about Gary Ritner. And we have some points now in Class B, as that match is 3-2 with Jake Holscher, I believe, leading in that. He is. Jake Holscher leading 3-2. It's 5-0. Perkins, the 2-time defending state champion from Omaha Creighton Prep, leading 5-2 in Class A. No score yet in Class C. And 2-1 our score in Class D with Brad Bering taking a 2-1 lead over Ritner.
We've got some excitement going on all over the place. And Ben Perkins going to work real fast in Class A. He's up to a 7-1 lead already with a minute and a half to go, and he's just got 2 more points to make it 9-1.
We mentioned Perkins being a 2-time state champion, trying to go for 3. He also medaled as a freshman 6, so he would be a 4-time medalist, which I think is just as impressive.
Right. He had a scary situation in last night's semifinal match. He actually hurt his opponent with an illegal hold. And in a situation like that, if that wrestler would have been unable to continue, Ben Perkins would have been disqualified for it. And I think there was a little bit of look of concern in his face. He knew he made a mistake. He shouldn't have done it. And if that wrestler wouldn't have been able to continue, Ben Perkins wouldn't have been able to continue on for his 3rd state title.
Boy, a lot of action right now in the Class C match. In fact, we'll get an escape from Mike Arps of David City, Aquinas, to make the score 2-1. Grant Pfeifer of Grand Island Central Catholic leading 2-1 over Matt Arps as they go to the 2nd period.
There's a takedown in near fall for Bering over here. He's making quick work of Gary Ritner.
And Ritner, an undefeated wrestler at 27-0, a senior. But Bering right now getting the best of it, leading it 4-1.
In the corner of Bering is his older brother Russ, who wrestled down at Nebraska for a few years. Right here in the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Started a year or 2 for him at 190 pounds.
Boy, in Class B now, really going to work is Jake Holscher of Ogallala. Frass was ranked number 1 coming in. Holscher was ranked number 2, but Holscher doing the best of it now, leading 8-2.
There's another situation. Holscher 36-0, and he's ranked number 2. You know, it's hard to rank a guy not number 1 when he hasn't been beat by anybody, but it's just a matter they haven't seen each other yet this year.
And I have a feeling Frass's situation where he probably lost to a wrestler from a higher ranked school, possibly.
Yeah, especially being in Lincoln. They probably wrestled all the Lincoln schools in Class A. There's a takedown over here by Grant Pfeifer of Grand Island Central Catholic. He's 35-1, a junior, ranked number 2. I just got an updated team score. Albion is ahead 108.5 to 101.5.
So a 7-point spread is still be tough for Aquinas at this point. I think if we calculate it out, they'd have to have a pin here to keep it.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll check that out.
Right now we have a stoppage in Class D with Bering leading at 6-2. Bering from Howells leading Ritner of Wilcox 6-2.
Even should Aquinas win here, Albion still has another match coming up.
It's now 15-4 in Class A. Ben Perkins from Creighton Prep in the blue leading Craig Rumsey of Norfolk by a score of 15-4. And boy, you're right about Perkins. He's an outstanding wrestler. And in Class C, it's 4-2. Grant Pfeifer of Central Catholic currently leading. Matt Arps of David City Aquinas. You got to think the Albion fans are kind of cheering for Pfeifer there. And in Class B, it's 8-2 yet. Jake Holscher of Ogallala leading Joe Frass of Pius X.
Class B, we still have an injury stoppage. It's 6-2 in favor of Brad Veering.
So they go to the third period now in Class C as Pfeifer of Central Catholic will go to the bottom. Arps will be on top, and Arps of Aquinas right now trailing at 4-2.
I don't know if you noticed it, but Joe Frass of Lincoln Pius has got his hair dyed green.
No, I didn't
to match his uniform.
I guess I missed that. He's got the bottom of his shoes painted green.
The worst part was that his mother was upset because he had senior pictures scheduled for next week.
Well, he could always shave it off like a lot of them did.
That's what he did last year, and she was mad at him about that.
Well, I guess she has a choice. Looks to me like it's a pretty light green. It wouldn't be hard to get off. Right now, he's more worried about trying to come back in the match, trailing it 8-2.
They're already in the third period in Class B. Ben Perkins out to a commanding lead in Class A. We've kind of neglected that because not a whole lot of excitement when he's ahead 17-6, but you still need to watch a wrestler like that because, like I said, he's one of the class wrestlers the state has put out in quite some time. It'll be interesting to see how he does going on into the college ranks.
In Class A, Ben Perkins of Creighton Prep leading 17-6 with 20 seconds to go in the second period. And I tell you, Rumsey just hasn't given up at all. Rumsey, a solid wrestler from Norfolk.
It's 9-4 now in Class B in favor of Holscher from Ogallala.
Well, this is a situation where Frass pretty much has to get a takedown and some back points.
A nice shot, high crotch shot by Holscher. Haas able to fight it off.
Now in Class D, it's 6-2. Veering from Howells in the black leading Gary Ritner. Wilcox, who's in the white and black. And what a move by Veering. And there's a chokehold. Yep.
I'm not sure if he's going to call that illegal or if he's going to call it potentially dangerous. Let's see what he does here.
Well, they haven't really decided. Yep,
he's calling it potentially dangerous.
Yep.
And is he going to award any near fall from that? No, he's not.
Ritner very alertly pointing out, really a great job by the official in that situation.
I don't necessarily agree with that call because if he's going to call it a potentially dangerous and he did count for a near fall, then he should have gotten a 2-point near fall.
Well, an escape now by Ritner in Class D.
Had it been ruled illegal, then he can't score with it. But if it's potentially dangerous, he could still score with it.
Ritner trailing it by 3, so he needs to get a takedown and some back points with only a minute to go. But Veering really tough on his feet, and Veering looked like he almost had a pinning combination. In Class A, it's tightened up a little bit, but Ben Perkins still in control, 19-7. Perkins from Creighton Prep leading Rumsey of Norfolk. And in Class C now, it's a 6-2 lead for Grant Pfeifer of Grand Island Central Catholic over Matt Arps of David City Aquinas. So Aquinas' team title hopes are starting to slowly tick away with 25 seconds to go in that match.
Joe Frass, the time's running out as well in Class B on Joe Frass of Lincoln Pius. Jake Holscher is going to be the state champ at 172 pounds in Class B. Jake Holscher, being from Ogallala, improves his record to 37-0, the senior.
Great job by Holscher, who had a tough semifinal match
with
also.
An escape and a takedown.
So he went to what, 14-6?
14-6, a major decision. That moves Ogallala ahead of Aurora in the team standings. That'll put them in the top 3.
Well, we have a victory for Grand Island Central Catholic wrestlers. Grant Pfeifer as he wins 6-3 over David City Aquinas, and unofficially that should give Albion the team title in C.
The coaches from Ogallala seem pretty excited. I think that major decision, that takedown with the last 2 seconds, may have bumped them into second place ahead of Sydney. They'll take home the runner-up trophy.
And hats off to Ben Perkins in Class A, 3-time state champion. Just an outstanding wrestler and really a classy individual. If he wins it 23-8, and I really like to see that for Ben because he deserves it.
Yeah, he's a real class wrestler. He's 3 undefeated seasons in a row.
Well, we have 1 match remaining, and it appears right now it'll be a victory for Brad Vering, who again is trying to reach his goal. Hopefully for him, he wants to go undefeated next year and get the most career victories by a Nebraska wrestler. He's leading at 11-3 here with still a minute 39 to go in that match. But Vering trying to turn him over and get some back points. But Vering just outstanding wrestling, because I tell you, Ritner, as you can see, outstanding strength. But Vering, I think, using some finesse, and a lot of times with a short, stocky wrestler, more of a longer type of body like Vering has, can be tougher. But he has really used his kind of fluidity to do quite well.
Yeah, he's a real class wrestler. He wrestles a lot outside of the season as well, and I think that's one of his advantages. He's traveling all over the country, wrestling a lot of freestyle matches in the summer.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that. Donnie Nordhus of Greeley mentioned that after a semifinal match yesterday, that he felt the thing that helped him, as it turns out to be a 4-time state champion, was he wrestled all summer long. He and Kenny Nordhus both. I think Eric Nordhus, which is another cousin of theirs that was a state runner-up as a sophomore this year, wrestles as well. And a lot of the kids from Greeley wrestle all year long.
One thing that I haven't mentioned, you see a lot of these teams, they're strong in close weight classes, like the Nordhuses. They're all strong in the middle weight classes or the upper weight classes. And a lot of that is because those guys are wrestling each other every day, and they're wrestling the best competition day in and day out in practice, and hence strengthening them up.
But I think another thing is, especially with like an Omaha North, there's probably some wrestlers sitting at home in Omaha North that didn't even get to make varsity because the guy who's a state champion's ahead of him. I've seen that situation happen many times. But we still have 1:07 to go here in the 3rd period in the Class D 172-pound championship match. Right now it's a 13-3 lead for Brad Vering, who lets Ritner out to get the escape to make it 13-4. But Vering just right now, I think, trying to maybe get a technical fall.
Still a minute to go. The way he's attacking, he can still score a lot more points.
Ritner again coming in at 27-0, an undefeated wrestler.
I was wrong on that team score. Ogallala moved into 3rd place, 1 point shy of Sydney in 2nd place. So they'll be 3rd place going home this weekend.
Well, right now I think they're just trying to finish up in Class D. As again a 10-point lead for Vering. I guess I have to be honest with you, he surprised me. I did not know how good he really was.
Yeah, he's a very dominant wrestler. There's no doubt about it in this class.
Again, another defending state champion. Wilcox was a defending state champion at 171. Vering won at 160.
He's going for the fall. 20 seconds left, and there it is. A 14-4 lead, and he gets the pin with 20 seconds to go. A dominating match.
Wow, that is.
And you still have to give credit to Ritner. He's a returning state champ as well. He was undefeated coming into it, but he just came up against a better wrestler.
Yep. I think Ritner just can't believe what happened. And Ritner's a senior. Vering's just a junior, and he'll be back. Well, we're going to have another Albion wrestler coming up, so I think they're going to, as we said, we think they have it clinched.
It's out of reach now.
I'm pretty sure.
They've got the Class C title wrapped up.
But again, the state championships now, Omaha North won, Omaha Gross in B, and in Class D it was Greeley. And what a way to cap off their year with the 2 4-time state champions, and they have a couple of good young ones coming back. So that's
not a bad program for a rookie coach to step into a state title and 2 4-time state champs. Did they have another champ earlier in the day too? So
yeah, actually he's handled it very gracefully. Let's take a look now. The results of 172-pound championship matches in Class A. Ben Perkins, a 3-time state champion, winning it 23-8 over Craig Rumsey of Norfolk. In Class B, Joe Frass of highest to 10th I got this one right. It was Jake Holscher of Ogallala winning it 14-6 over Joe Frass of Pius X. In Class C, Grant Pfeifer of Grand Island Central Catholic, a 6-3 winner over Matt Arps of David City Aquinas, and Brad Varing of Howells wins the D crown with a pin over Gary Ritner of Wilcox at 172 pounds. Now let's set up the championship.